You found a skeleton. How would you tell it's a dinosaur? You personally, how would you decide?
Well, interesting question. I don't know. I'd have to do some research on that.
All right, welcome to the stream. It's nice to see no one here, but that's okay. So we're gonna do some more. Well, I'm gonna do some more conlanging today, making a language suitable for fantasy dwarfs. But first, I thought I'd show you a quick mock-up. I'm gonna try and make one of those nice, satisfying animations for fun. So this is a little mock-up of that. A little circle here that never intersects with the balls that go up and down. It'd be cool, I think, maybe? I don't know. Who knows what's going on with any of this stuff. But yeah, it's fun. And although you can't hear it, while I'm waiting for people to get here, I am listening to the Conspiracy Cats Canthoven debate, because it was pretty darn good. But, let's save this and get out of here. Here we go. And we'll put it in Blender file. Come on. There we go. Save this file. Don't need that no more. Let's get the actual dwarf language thing up here. Here we go. Alright, so I actually added a new goal here. And so I've already actually worked this goal in here. Sound vaguely familiar to speakers of Indo-European languages. So something I did was, when I started adding in a few more roots, see I've got a bunch more, I had been adding in some roots that are roughly similar to the Indo-European roots for the same word. So there we go. So when last we left it off, we had some basic word order stuff done. We had, let's see, verb, subject, object was our basic word order. So we got verb, subject, object. Auxiliary verbs come before main verbs. Indirect objects come after subjects and before objects. Okay. Noun, adjective. Sorry. Verb, adverb. Possessed or possessed. And we're going to have postpositions. Okay. So, let us get in some cool sound changes so we can start making some of this stuff. Actually, you know what? First we're going to do some suffixing. Okay. We're going to go with... let's see. We still have some changes here. Okay. Let's see. First thing we're going to do is personal pronouns, suffixes. Onto verbs to mark person and number of subject and object. There we go. I should probably just... There we go. Okay. So now, do we have a pronoun? I don't think we do, actually. Let's get some pronouns. That'll be a good thing. Personal pronouns, yeah? Okay, let's get I, me. Okay, I, me, my. It's going to start out as just being one thing. I, me, and my are all going to be the same thing in this proto-language. And it's going to be... Ra. And what was my syllable structure? Yep, Ra is fine. That's a perfectly good. Alright. Okay. And do we have a plural marker? Okay, we don't have a plural marking strategy. Do we have a word for many? We don't. So let's add a word for many, and we can use that as a derivational suffix for many. So, many. And we're going to make this pretty simple too. It's going to be a short word. We'll go with you. You. Actually, you know what? I'll go with you. I like you. So, that means that we're going to say that this you thing can become a suffix for plurals and nouns. We're just going to add that as our first change. Oop. Becomes plural marker dash u on nouns and adjective. All right, there we go. So for, let's see, we, us, our, we're gonna get rayu. Rayu. There you go. All right. And now we need a you, singular. You, your singular. Wait, why is S down? Okay. Apparently forgot the alphabet. Okay, there we go. You, your singular. Let's get another bit of sort of Proto-Indo-European feeling, because Ra does not sound very Proto-Indo-European. So let's get nice and German sounding. Du. So you, your plural gets do you. Do you. There you go. Awesome. Okay, and now we need a third person. And we're going to step away from trying to make it Indo-European-ish and just kind of go with something. Let's see. There. Actually, it sounds a little bit Englishy, but you know what? That might be okay. It's just a coincidence. And those things happen. So, okay. Go he, she, it. Let's see. He, she, it. Him, her, his. Oh, okay. Her, I'm sorry, in there. It, it's. There you go. I'm gonna go with, I'll have to copy it. Copy it. Where'd it just go? There it is. There. Alright, so they come down in here. They, them, there. Going to be they, you. They, you. Alright. We're going to go with the deletion of final vowels. Yield 0. Okay, so what that means is that at this point right here, the dog. We'll try to make a sentence that says the dogs see the man. So let's do a sample sentence. We've got a sample sentence here. Sample sentence. Sentence. I can't talk. Right. Okay, here we go. Oh, hey! Welcome, Unidentified Leviathan. We're doing more language creation stuff for funsies. Okay, so. Oikalbu Tharzu. Okay, so. We want this to be the dogs. So it's going to be Kalbu. But that's going to turn into Kalbi. Kalbi. Which. Could. Okay. How do I want to do that? Okay, you know, we're going to go with C with the Y sound, ya. So consonant ya. Word final yields consonant E. So it's going to be kalbi. Kalbi. So C dogs, but we also have to add in that we're going to have the youth. So I'm going to, oops. I know what I'm doing here. Oitheuth kalbi tharzu. The dogs see, here we go, see the man. There you go. Dwarvish 2 seems like it's just a mixture of different languages to make one. Yeah, well, it's like creating Dwarvish :2, so you know what, I'll just change that. Here we go, watch this. Here comes a colon. Not to be confused with the anatomical feature of the colon, which is not at issue here. Okay, so, sample sentence. C, and then we're gonna go with C, third, plural, subject, third, singular, objects. Dog. Oops. Plural. Man. Okay. So we're getting somewhat more complicated. But one of the things that this means is that oitheuth means they see him, her, or it. Kalib? Well, it's kalbi. Kalbi. So, oitheuth means they see him, her, or it. So we can get rid of kalbi, and we can say oitheuth tharzu. And now we know that the subject is a third person plural, and that tharzu is the direct object. Or it's likely to be the direct object. It could still be the indirect object, but we'd probably mark that with some kind of postposition. So there's that. Okay, so at this point, let's get the, we'll get some grammatical endings in here. So, we're gonna add in object. Let's see, subject. Okay, one. I'm gonna have to get some more tabs in here. Actually, you know what? I can insert a table here, can't I? So I don't remember exactly how to do that, but let's see. Insert table. Okay, so we're gonna need 6 by 6. Okay. No, actually, we're gonna need 7 by 7, aren't we? table 7 by 7. That should work. Okay. So we're gonna do. Do we need to do 7 by 8? Okay, so we need subject. Yeah, gosh darn it. Okay, so we need 7 columns down. Then we're gonna need 7 by 7. Okay, so I'm gonna do object on this row. So object, gonna go this way. This way. There you go. Wow. No, turn it into an arrow. There you go. That's what I want. Object. It's gonna go down. Oh, no, subject. So we're gonna have 1, 2. Darn it! I need another row. Can I insert another row? Hate this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not even big enough. It needs to be 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 by 8. Okay. 7 by 8. Table. 8 by 7, I guess, yeah. Okay. Subject. We're also going to turn off this page view. Print layout, I don't care. I don't care about the print. Oh, wait, no, I wanted to go off of print layout. Come on. Mode, suggested. Show document outline. Alright, whatever. I am not sure what ish we I do. No, don't remember that off the top of my head. Sorry. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Why don't we have another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just need 8 by 8. I don't know why I can't think about this right now. Table. There we go. 8 by 8. There you go. Let's see. One, 2, 3. 1, 2. No. Object. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Subject. Alright, there we go. I can finally figure out what's going on. Oh, when Gimli said that to Haldir, honestly, my Kuzdul is not very good, mostly because there really isn't anything to actually know with Kuzdul. Alright, so this is singular, 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 plural, plural. Come on, plural, 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 plural. Oh, and we need to fix one thing here. Let's see. Let's bullet this. Oh, actually, we'll no, we'll bullet it. Let's see. Unless word has one syllable. There you go. Okay, so rar, because it should be ra, but then with the final vowel loss, we get rar. Okay, which means that first person, this should be rarai. Rarari. Rarari. Okay. And that's probably going to get reduced later on. Let's see. Was it do or yeah do? Oh. So dur. Durai. Durai. No. Durar. Yeah. Why is this? Why am I saying this is dura? Oh, because it's rar. There you go. Rarai. Okay, durai. And then third person was the. So. There. There. And then this is going to be. There. Oh, very. It's going to be thar. Goodness, I can't do this. Why am I so bad at this right now? Therayu. Therai. Okay, there you go. Oh, let's see. So this is going to be Ra. Rad. Rath. Rath. There you go. Okay. Rad. Radui. Radui. Ra. Rathe. 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 Dude. Yeah, dude. There's going to be a pretty clear pattern, but that pattern is going to be obscured later on. Booth. Let's see. Booth. Oh, come on, Booth. They. Booth. Oh no, Dudui. Whoop. Okay. Dooth. They. Doothey. Thed. Thed. So Thed. Oh, and we need to. Thed. Thed. Teth. Thedoi. Come on. So our sample sentence after this would become the suffix would end up being, let's see. So third person plural. Come on. They. You. Third person theyuth. Oh, well, no, this would be theyu. I want this one. They. They. Theyuth. There you go. Theyuth. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And was the plural was just you. Right? I'm double checking this. So many you. Oh, it's you. The youth. We're gonna get that longer. All right. So theyur, the youth. They. You. They would. Okay. Now this is where they start getting complicated. This is where they start getting long. And probably are going to be reduced just to make the words easier to pronounce. Because this one's going to have to be they, youth, they. They. The youth, they. It's going to be they, you. Oh, wait, no. Right. I don't know what I'm thinking here. The youth. The Urai. The Urai. The Udui. Alright. Oh, and I keep forgetting my length marker. Not terribly important, except that I haven't got a good orthography yet for this. One second. Alright, sorry, I had to do a little bit of housekeeping there. Okay, you. I mean, if you want to have suggestions. No guarantee that they'll get used, though. Oops. Okay, so second person is Duyur. Urai? Okay. Do you... Ui. Do you... Hey. Rayu... Rayur? Rayu... Forgetting the length markers. You length marker. Length marker. This is not do youth. It's do youth. All right. Rayu. Rayuth. Rayu. Ray. Oops, I don't need that I there. Rayurai. Rayu. Dui. Rayu. Fun. Rayu. Okay. Okay. So those are going to be the, at this stage, the double marking suffixes for main verbs to mark person and plurality for subject and object on the verb. Okay. I mean, so there's nothing much to know about dwarf languages. For the most part, I'm just going with, I have these goals and some cultural notes, and I'm trying to make a language that works well with both of these things together. So, I am not trying to recreate Tolkien's Dwarvish or anyone else's. This is just for funsies for me. Okay, so now we need to get some of this stuff to be a little bit similar, or simplified. Okay, so for instance, I don't like rarai. So What do I want to do with it? So all of these here, this series here of same person singular, same person plural, rarai, dudoi, thethei. I'm gonna have to say that these are gonna be reanalyzed. Reanalysis verb. Person suffixes. Eliminate duplicated. What do you call them? Duplicated syllable onsets. Yeah, it should be duplicated. Okay, so that means that rarai is just going to be rai. Dudui is just going to be dui. And thethe is just going to be thei. Okay. Oh, and we need a 0. This is going to be ra. It's going to be ar. D. So now we're going to have a little bit of ambiguity here. So first person plural, no object is in fact going to end up being the same as first person singular, first person plural object. And that's okay, because that's a natural thing that languages do. There's some ambiguity there. So, doi and they. Come on, type right. Hey, awesome. All right, we'll give everything a little suffix marker with a dash here. Here we go. Oh. Oops. All right, there we go. What happens if you're speaking in the second person? So, like, if you say you are doing something, you're going to use... so for a second person subject, you're going to use this series here. So, for instance, you see would be oid. You see me, oidur. You see yourself, which also we're going to... Oh, wait, this should be S. I don't know why I didn't mark these with S, whatever. So you see yourself, because this series is going to be reflexive. At least in the first and second person. So you see yourself would be oidud. You see him, her, or it, oiduth. You see me, oidurai. You see... you see yourself. Well, you see... This is probably not something that's actually going to come up. So... You see... I don't actually expect this to come up at any point. So we're just going to have a 0 here. And you see them is oiduthe. Yeah, we're just going to have a 0 there. I'm not sure how you work that out. All right. So... There we go. Let's see. What else do I want to do? I think that's okay for now. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go with a... We're going to bullet point this again. So we're going to say that word initial model stop. So right here, model stop is not a forename. Word initial vowel reduces to 0. Okay, so oi is this going to become e? Let's see. Okay. If word has form vowel. Actually, we'll put this up here. If word has form. Okay, so you know what? We'll just go. Let's see. Oh yeah. Let's give it a T. Okay, word initial vowel reduces to 0. So now I have to do a thing. Let's see. Why do scientists always brutally try to put down other scientists? Because that's... If you can't be brutally put down despite everyone who's already an expert in your field doing it, then you're probably right. So the idea is, the harsher a critique your ideas can survive, the more likely it is your ideas are true, or at least are as near to true as we can get at this point with our current set of data points. So you basically, if your idea wants to, if you want your ideas that you're going to actually believe in to be true, they need to be able to withstand as harsh a criticism as can be leveled at them. Now, I'll say that there are times when this gets a little bit too heated, but, you know. Let's see. So, hey. Okay, so we have a little bit of a problem here. So right now, words like oi, which is C, or yeah, so a word like that with that form, oi, is just becoming e. So let's see. consonant. There we go. Consonant. Yield. E. So. Let's see. So rather than oil, we get ir for I see. I see myself becomes yirar. That's decent. Okay. I could become it. Okay. Where did I find Thai? It's not. Alright, so let's see. Let's see what we get when we have now we're at the point where we get Thai. So for this one, the man sees the we'll see the dog. We're getting third person. Get Thai thards. Kalb. Thards. But urds is not a loud consonant cluster. So we have to do something about that. So thards. Because we can do thardzu, but we can't do thards. So we need a vowel to insert there. So we've been going with E as our stand-in vowel for when we just don't have anything else to put in there. So let's see. CCC. Let's see. Word final. Gonna yield. CC. C. So let's see. Let's try to see. Let's do a quick test sentence here. We're gonna get a sample sentence. I can spell. Sample sentence. Oh, you can't see. Oh, maybe I can zoom in. I don't know if that's too big. There you go. This should be a little bit better. Sample sentence. I can spell words, I promise. Okay, so this is going to become ye. We're gonna see. We're gonna go with men. Oops. Yeah. So third person, if. Yes. Okay, so when does the oral marker? So that comes first. So, and then we'll see the dog. Okay, so ثالث ثارزوي كلب. Okay, good. Translator Carmenum, what up, Dapper? Oh. Is this simultaneous with the debate with Arn Ra and Milk Elroy? What are they debating again? I mean, you can always just come by and watch this later. I don't know, it's fine, whatever. This is random language nonsense. Alright, but if we want to do, oh, we gotta, let's see, go. Then we have a suffix. Third. Oh no, this is not the right suffix. I am getting this all mixed up. Hey, I don't speak this language. The youth. Youth Thardzui Kalb. Let's get third oral subject. Third third singular object. Let's see. Men. It's kind of man. Plural. Dog. The men will see the dog. But thardzu is a weird word because in the plural, it's thardis. So thardis, thardzui. So if we repeat this, so let's say we want to see the man. So we want to see this. The man will see the not main. So this becomes death. Itheth Thardiz Elm. Okay, so we already have an irregularity in the language. That's fun. Let's see. What do we got here? James from Modern Debate is moderating a live debate on evolution. McElroy? Do I know McElroy? Who's McElroy? Let's see. The men will see the dog, but the men will see the dog is Yitheyuth Thardyuz Kalb. Alright, okay, so now we have to figure out something about for the dogs, because that's going to be Kalbi. You know, we're going to go with something that's slightly unlikely. So every once in a while, just to have fun with things, because we're going to start introducing some weird, complicated plurality marker stuff, which might later get reanalyzed down to being a little bit more regular. So we're going to go with... okay, so... see y is going to yield C I. So dog is going to be kalb, but dogs is going to be kalib. Okay, let's see how this is going to work with some other nouns. So it's going to be kalb, kalib, darb, darib, vipah, vipahi. No, that's going to be difficult. All right, so we're going to change this a little bit. So we're going to say word final is going to yield. I see. Okay. That's going to give us an infix for pluralization for most words. Okay, so it'll be darb, darib, vipah, vipah, vipah. Okay. Chaydosh. Going to be Chaydosh. Let's see. Course. Aquos. Aquois. Okay. But then nouns that are going to end up in ending in a vowel like tardzu are going to have the plural thardiz, thardzu. McLeroy? Oh, okay. Well, hey, metathesis is something I just put in the language, so hey, you're in good company. McLeroy. I don't know what who's he associated with? Who does he work with? What is his main sort of thing? Do you see it? Okay, do you see it? So we don't actually have an interrogative method. So actually, you know what? Unidentify the Python. What are you thinking for interrogative markers? I'm kind of thinking an interrogative particle, but I actually don't know how languages typically derive interrogative particles. Particle derivation. Let's see. I don't want an interrogative mood, at least not yet. You know what? I'm just gonna do something simple. The interrogative particle, we're just gonna call it that, is gonna be a stem word, just because whatever. Let's see. Interrogative particle. It's just gonna be here. And it's gonna be a simple word. It's gonna be war. Okay. So do you see it? Is going to be war. So war, and then see it. Yirath. War Yirath. Going to be do you see it? War Yirath. And there you go. Do you see it? Yay! So I'm going up against Arn Ra and football right now. No wonder no one's watching this. Plus, it's on my other channel that no one watches anyway. But still, I felt like I started the first one, so I gotta do something for the second one. Okay. So we'll add that as a sentence. As a sample sentence. So let's see. War Yi Rath. Gonna be Rath. So we're gonna call that interrogative particle. C first singular subject, third singular object. And we'll put a little dash in here to indicate that there's a here, and then do you see it? All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like interrogative particles, and they're just really easy. And the thing is that you can turn them into like interrogative moods really easily. So like I can prefix war onto many verbs, and I can even do things like before reanalysis of war as a prefix, I can do weird things to the word shape itself. So yeah. Yeah, interrogative particles is the way to go. Well, it's a way to go. And one of the things is that, like I could do like a word inversion, like a word order inversion thing like English does. But this language is pretty strongly head initial. So we've got SVO, noun, adjective, verb, adverb, possessor, possessed. We've got postpositions. So we're doing a pretty strong initial thing, and really the only weird thing about that is auxiliary verbs are coming before main verbs. That's basically because I already have double marking suffixes coming after verbs, so there's only so much we can do. With, I don't want it to just be like an agglutinative where you're just tacking on endless suffixes. Especially since eventually I am going to even further reanalyze some of these things to reduce them further. So like, some of these things are going to become like diphthongs, and then vowels following diphthongs are probably going to reduce. So like right now we have rayud, probably going to become ride or ride. So we'll have rai, rair, ride, raith, rarai, or raira, rai, which might reduce to rair again if I do another round of final vowel deletions. We get like raidoi, or maybe even raid. Would be identical with here and here, which means we might have to come up with some other strategy for that other than just final vowel deletion. But or we could just say that ui doesn't diphthong eyes, or it does something else before final vowel deletions. Like maybe ui is just seen as difficult to say, so instead do something else with it, like add an extra vowel at the end or something, or change the Y to like something a bit easier, maybe an S or something. Yeah, because those are not, maybe a Z. Yeah, I mean, raud is another option. The ya could reduce. So we could do like intervocalic ya reduces. So like that would be raud. But then here it would be, because the Y is an intervocalic, it could be raudui, and then that could reduce in some other way. So yeah, there's a lot of options. And none of this is set in stone yet. It's set in little tiny bits in the middle of nowhere on my my Google Docs. Yeah, the long vowels will probably do different things later on. Right now, I just have them in there to get some easy contrastive length in the proto language. I tend not to end up having too much contrastive length in languages when I'm done with it, mostly because I just don't like it much. I don't have a good reason. It's just not. I just don't like it much. So what tends to happen is that I tend to use it to do things like mark stress in a proto language, and then stress will start to become irregular in the final language, and you'll start to get reduction of long vowels to short vowels. So, could we join you in this drive? I'm not sure what you mean. Okay, so let's see. All right. All right, so we're gonna just go ahead and say that. Let me give it bullet points again. We're gonna go with auxiliary verbs reanalyzed as. I can't spell. Sorry, I'm actually kind of tired right now. I was up pretty late last night and I did not get sleep in, so I'm a little out of it. Let's see. Auxiliary verbs reanalyzed as verb prefixes. Okay. So now, at this point, sample sentence, we're just going to copy, paste this down here, and we're actually going to get rid of this. I don't really need it. There's not that many changes going on here. So it's going to be thaith. So it's really not going to be a big difference at this point. Interrogative particle is not an auxiliary verb, so it's going to stay as a particle, at least for now. So it's not going to be thaithith, it's going to be thaithith. Thaithith. Because that's going to, according to the stress word rules that I came up with, theth is going to be the stress. Thaithith. Tardiz kalb. Thaith. Thaithith Tardui kalb. Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll give a comment option, but if that starts to become abused, let's see. Right now I'll give a view link. I basically never use Reddit. I have a Reddit account, but I just never really got into it. I'm a member of a number of conlang groups and other social media platforms. So there's that. So yeah, you can hop in here and look around if you want. Okay, I'm probably also not going to be doing this a whole lot longer. Like, how long was my last stream about this? Open a YouTube tab. Oh, let's see. Oh, hey, new subscriber on this channel. Let's see. Go to my channel. Look at my videos. One of the earlier ones. Yeah, the first one was done at 1:03. I probably don't want to them a whole lot longer than an hour, so we're probably going to be going off not too long, and there'll probably be a little bit of behind the scenes work, maybe at least adding a few more STEM words. Okay, so now we have sentences like Taitheth, youth. Okay, so you know what? I do like intervocalic ya gets reduced to 0. So we're gonna go v yield v, and then we can do some rules about, okay, like how do the verbs or the goodness, I really am kind of tired right now. How do two vowels in contact with each other interact? So I think it's going to depend on the quality of those vowels and their length. I think if we're going to have two vowels in contact, one is short, one is long, I think the long one is just going to take precedence. So like, for instance, this could be food. Oh, sorry. Thinking here. I don't even know it. This could be rud. This could be rur. Would that cause any duplicates? Rudui. Rutheth. Rur. That would remain a rai. I like that. Ooh, yeah. Actually, I do like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to copy this down, because we're trying to keep track of at least some of this stuff. I'm going to copy this down as another bullet point here. So let's see. That we're going to add in one more rule. If two vowels contact, one is short and other long, the short vowel merges with 0. Okay, so what that's going to mean is that this, let's see, this sequence here we have plural subjects is going to be significantly different. So, and this is reducing a lot of these multisyllabic suffixes down to just, oh, hey, here's a thing that we need to figure something out for. Uth, I don't want there to be really too many vowels in contact with each other unless they diphthongize. So we're gonna have to come up with something for two long vowels in contact. So this actually should have been long. I just made a mistake in transcribing it. So so if you guys have suggestions as to what we could do for two long vowels that are in contact with each other, that'd be great. Okay, so this is starting to become less easily analyzable as just two, what do you call it? Two pronouns just smushed into each other at the end of a verb, which I like. So we got, right, so we'll do like this sequence here for first person plural. We got rai, rur, rud, ruth, rurai, rudui, ruthe. So we're getting rid of this here, which is still going to be in the in like this separate syllable or separate, what do you call them? Pronouns. Pronouns are still going to be able to be used for emphasis and things like that, also for possessives. We're still gonna have like the ra, du, rai, dui forms, so that'll be good. Means a null form. Well, okay, I'll just go with short vowel. Elids? I don't know, it's been a while since I've taken my linguistics 101 or 10 whatever. Let's see. What question marks? I'm not sure where the question mark. Oh, I mean, there's this question mark. Oh, we should put a suffix mark here. Okay. Let's see. So, 2... Okay. What do we do when there's 2 long vowels next to each other? So one thing is we could insert a dummy syllable. Or, I mean, a dummy consonant. I don't want there to be too many diphthongs, because I want this to be something that I don't have to work too hard to pronounce, basically. That's the entire reason. And so this should have been... let's see. So I want to reduce all... What am I doing here? Ugh. I officially don't like this font much because of the J. For adjacent long vowels, or maybe the fate could change depending on the surrounding consonants. So I was actually thinking about doing something where, like, how far front the consonant is going to determine which one's going to take precedence. But you know what? I think right now I'm just going to do some diphthongization, and we can reduce diphthongs later if I really don't like them. So 2 long vowels in contact. Diphthongize and lose one character. Diphthongize, diphthong, whatever. So this is just going to become thur instead of theur. You. Become a you. There. Come on. Okay. What was this from? The youth. The youth. Yeah, okay, that still should be. Yeah. Alright. I like it that we're getting some weird sort of vowel things that happen, like this, that U has the weird habit of changing while we're still in the singular bits. But it should. Okay. I like that we're getting this. This isn't looking like too much of an obvious pattern. Maybe I can call the diphthong. So actually, somewhere I do actually have, it might be in my pictures, I have a quick chart for the language family that I can keep going for. So the proto-language is up here at the top. Let's see if this is actually easily visible. Basically, somewhere, eventually I'm going to put in the point, because I'm focusing all the way down to Mountain Dwarf. But after I get to Mountain Dwarf, I'm going to put in splitting points for like what starts Proto-Dwarf, where does Darrow split, which is where Darrow would split off. Then the point where Dwergar splits off, and the point where Hilldwarf is going to split off. Because this is more or less based on the D&D version. And I'm just going to assume that gnomes and dwarves share some ancestry. And so, where Proto-Dwarf splits off, which is also where Darrow splits off, is... Or actually, well, from the proto-language, we can do another thing for gnomish. And it will have a very different sound and everything, but it will still be obviously derived. Yeah. There you go. Okay, so far I'm actually kind of liking our double marking suffixes. They're not too terrible, but one thing I am seeing as a possible problem is that the zero object suffixes may in fact need dummy vowels occasionally. But that's a bridge we can cross later. So like yeah, that can work. Yeah, that can work too. Other verbs. Yeah, that can work. I'm keeping phonotactics between consonants pretty broad, basically because I think that the consonants in a dwarf language should be hard to pronounce. So basically, it's primarily for fun, but the general context is that if I want to do a D&D game, I can get some cool dwarvish stuff in there, or if I want to do some art projects or something, I'll probably come up with an orthography and just do quick little things here. So the basic context is that this is primarily, I guess you could say it's an art lang. I'm just mostly doing it for fun. If I turn it into anything more, then it will become, you know, something more than that. But the basic inspiration is sort of dwarves as you see them in things like Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, bye, unidentified Leviathan. Thanks for stopping in. I'm probably not going to keep going for all that much longer anyway, so don't worry about it. In fact, I might go and look at the raw... Was it McLeroy debate? Because I'm starting to run out of ideas here. Lose? Loose? No. I want to be loose. I want to lose. A long character, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Can I do something with final Y's? Or final yeah. You know what I might do with final yacht? Oh, thank you. Okay, what if I do final yacht goes to... Okay, what if I do... Final field E. So then this, all these here will become I's, which will then let me further reduce some of this into shorter syllables. So this will be ra, rar, rad, rath, rai, which can then get a diphthong, which can then later reduce. Except this one here will be rathe, because rathei, two vowels in contact, the long vowel will take precedence. Which still leaves this as a unique suffix across the board. An accuracy comparison between arc dinos and real dinos? Unidentified Leviathan, that would take me forever. Yeah, I kind of like that. So, this just goes away. This goes away. This goes away. This goes away. Oh. Hold on. I hate the J in this character set. So this becomes I, There we go. The rumors behind my own conlang is that it's spoken by the descendants of Atlantean survivors who first escaped to pre-classical Greece and later integrated into the Roman. Ooh, I like that. I like that idea. That's pretty neat. What did you base the initial bit of the language on? The proto language. So the interesting thing here is that we've really radically reduced the initial plural suffix in a lot of this area. So it's no longer easily analyzable. Because like it's analyzable in some areas around here. Like especially around here. But outside of this little section here, none of this is super easily analyzable as just obviously being the pronouns being just smashed into the end of the verb, which is how they started. Okay. Yeah, I like that so far. Why is there a 0 here? Or there... Why is that a thing? Whatever. Urai. Eudiu. Eudui. Uthe. Uthe. Rai, Ud, Ruth, Urai, Udui, Uthe. Okay. It's time, I think, to get some of these guys here down as sample sentences. I'm actually going to leave the sample sentences up there. So we're going to get some sample sentences. So, that's third person plural subject, third person singular, so that's just the youth. But we also have this here. So by suffixing on the future tense, we actually get rid of the E. So it's thaitheuth, thardzui, but that becomes an I, kelb. Okay. We're also going to add in the man sees the dog as an option. So the man sees the dog would be one of our options here. So it's going to actually be Itheuth Tharduigal. Well, this would be man, but whatever. And see the dog. That's third person plural. Yeah, okay. Tharduigal. So we'll get out. Oh. See the dog. Okay. And then we'll do a parse. See. I don't want to retype all this out, so we're just going to copy. Dog. Spelled it up before, I'll spell it. Okay, so now, at least in some verbs, we're going to get some irregularity out of this. Alright. Let's see. Sorry. It's fictional romance, so its proto-language is Vulgar Latin, maybe with some Hellenistic influences. At what time frame then would Atlantis sink? Because that would put the sinking of Atlantis well past what the Greeks would have called the mythical period, or the heroic period. Let's see. By the way, how do you feel about English spelling reform? I've been active in that cause for years now, and given your apparent background, I'd be curious. So, English orthography is absolute trash. it is just terrible. But one of the problems that I see is that it's not easy to make a completely sufficient orthography for English unless you give precedent to a small subset of dialects. So what I would like to see is at the very least, let's take words where no one pronounces them in a way that is obvious from the spelling and make those a little bit more obvious. And yeah, you're going to have to privilege some dialects, but I don't mind that too much. Like, okay, fine. Do it. The other option is just to do away with standardized spelling. Just let people spell things the way they sound. It'll make texts harder to read over time. It'll make spelling easier. It'll also make linguistic analysis of language change easier, so... Basically, English orthography is trash, but there's not an easy solution, is my thought on it. What it comes down to. And maybe we don't have to have a single English orthography. Maybe English orthography can further diverge between, say, North America and Europe. And maybe Australia can gain a third orthography. I mean, I don't know. So yeah, it's never an easy thing. Okay, so I like these sample sentences because we're getting some irregularity in here. We're going to have to get some other sample sentences to work through this whole list of changes. But I like that our plurals are going to bounce back and forth between at least two different patterns based on whether or not the verb or the noun stem, or not stem, but, well, yeah, stem in the proto-language, so the root word ends in a vowel or not. Because we got, like, authorities. You might think that the plural will be thardizui, but it's actually tardzui. So the I just goes away. But there hasn't actually been any deletion of short E anywhere in the history, so it's the only place where you're going to start seeing things like that. But any vowel that's going to, all these E's are going to end up deleting, because the E is actually just a dummy vowel that gets put in there to avoid an unacceptable consonant cluster from a word final vowel loss earlier in the word language. So I like that there's that weird thing that shows up, and it's hard to predict what form a verb is going to take, or I mean a noun. So yeah, I like that. But I'm going to be calling it in a few minutes, so if you have questions, comments, concerns, insults, praises, or anything else that you want to put in the chat, get that in there real quick, because this is going to be ending. And before it ends, I will show you the thing that I showed at the beginning of the stream when really no one was here, which is I'm gonna make this little animation, render it out, do some cool stuff. I don't know. So yeah, probably gonna put some more stuff in here. Maybe I'll add a rod that goes in and out or something. I'm not sure. I have to decide, but yeah, I like it so far. It's nice and satisfying. Let's see. Oh, strange and wonderful. I'm glad you're here. I didn't know you were here. I probably agree about what I said with English spelling form. My proposal is based on a semi-artificial accent that combines standard British vowel inventory with the rhoticity and a few other features of standard American. I mean, that would be a pretty reasonable compromise to me. Because yeah, the rhoticity is a tricky thing, because non-rhotic accents are pretty common. They're basically, I mean, they're standard outside of North America, so it's always iffy. All right, but thank you very much. I really appreciate everyone who showed up and watched me do ridiculously nerdy language stuff. Stay stay tuned. There's going to be more. Probably going to get... My guess is I'm going to probably triple the amount of sound changes and things in here. That's in here by the time I'm done. To get to a final language. I'm going to add in more stems, off-air, stuff like that. We're probably going to add in more sample sentences, stuff like that. I'm going to make this a heading. Thing 2, there we go. Yeah. You were stalking silently and have been doing some experiments, so listening in the background off and on. Love the animation, beautiful. Oh, thank you. Yeah. It's fun. It's actually not terribly hard to set up. But let's see. It would be, as I like to say, native to none, but easily understood by all. Not a perfect fit for any individual's native accent, but roughly equidistant from the major players. Yeah, I can see that, and I think that's a pretty good compromise. Oh, and don't worry, I plan on doing this again. The things that would prevent me from doing this again are, like, house fires or death, is basically about it. So, fingers crossed that that doesn't happen. But I'm going to go try to catch up on the debate. I'll probably listen to it at slightly higher speed in hopes that I catch up. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And by the way, if you're not subscribed to my main channel, it's Dapper Dino, and it's the one that has... It's not the coding tutorial one, which I didn't know existed until after I set my channel up, so, you know. This is Blender 3D, actually. This right here. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed to Top Hats Off, please subscribe here. And even more important, really, to me, is go check out my main channel where I do science-related topics. This is my sort of off-topic channel where I do nerdy language stuff. I do video games. If I just want to do a hangout about nothing in particular, I'll do it on this channel. So there you go. Have a good day. Enjoy football, debates, sleep, whatever it is you do.